my name is Sophie Larson, and this is my presentation on why large reptiles don't make good pets. So this snake is a good size for a pet. He doesn't get too big, or he's really not too much of a problem to deal with. But some of the larger reptiles, such as Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons, large lizards such as monitors or alligators, and then some of the large tortoises make terrible pets. This is because oftentimes they get way too big for the person owning them to handle, and they're not properly educated on why they are such a problem. Some of these animals, when they get too big, people tend to get overwhelmed and they'll release them into the wild, which by doing that you can cause serious damage to the ecosystem. It destroys the flora and fauna of the area around it, such as the Everglades in Florida. They have a serious problem with invasive species of Burmese pythons. They can cause harm to other people's pets. Small dogs and cats are specifically in danger because these snakes can easily eat them. Another problem can be to the owners themselves. If there's an owner who has a large Burmese python and a child is about the size of what a Burmese python could eat. And they really have no thoughts or feelings. Like, take Noodle here, for example. He's looking for food or somewhere warm. Some of the ways that we can help fix this problem would be building shelters for when people can't take care of these animals anymore, educating people so that they know exactly what it is that they're going to be getting into with owning a snake like this, or not this guy, he's too little. And then also we could start working to stop the breeding of large reptiles. They do sell for a lot of money, usually somewhere in the 700s-800s, which makes it a very lucrative business. But if we could convince people to stop buying them, then people would stop breeding them, and the overpopulation would then be less of an issue. Sorry, he's exploring. But by doing this, by educating people and by stopping the sale and the breeding of these snakes, hopefully we can convince the majority of the population who owns large reptiles to stop owning them. This would solve problems with the ecosystem. This would solve problems with them eating small dogs. This would solve problems with them eating children, which I don't think they've ever eaten children, but they have harmed them before. So in general, if we can just stop people from getting large reptiles as pets, we would solve the problem. But small reptiles are just fine. It can actually be a very rewarding experience to own a small reptile. They're fascinating creatures, and they're really a lot of fun to have in your life. But Noodle here, Noodle couldn't hurt me if he wanted to. He's way too small, and he's not going to get much bigger than this. But in conclusion, those are some of the methods that we can use, and that's why it's such a problem. Thank you.